Hello, hello, visionary entrepreneurs, life changers. Welcome back to our Momentum Monday. Today is our episode 187. Let's talk about the treasures. And by the way, I want to show you quickly what we just created. This is actually my son created this in his college. I don't know why they had this kind of like a maybe art or creative thing, and he's a biker, so I guess maybe I'm guessing what he created is some like a tracks or trails and around some mountain area. He's dreaming about his biking. Now I know it's winter time, not easy to bike outside outdoors, right? And but definitely you can see some like tracks there. This is mine. Mine as use this. This is a sandstone, and looks like you can see here. It's like a hill or mountain. I was imagine when I was still a child in southwest of China. I love there are so many hills and mountains, and we climb whenever I climbed to the top and running around, the edges of the hills, I was super happy. So I put a big heart and a small heart there on the top of the hills. And this is what I'm dreaming about my more hikings. Hopefully, when the weather getting warmer, we will do more hikings. So some creative arts here. And let's today it's almost the year end, right? The year end. What's your plan? I'm curious about our entrepreneurs. What's your plan? And is this is also a great time for our reflection. And throughout the years, right? We talk. Well, so many people are talking about. What we want, our desires, and this and that. So many people are talking about money, and wealth, right? So through these days, I was reflecting on the true meaning of wealth. What is wealth, right? And through all these years of coaching, 15 years of coaching and empower my clients and my audience, I've, I had a deeper reflection about the abundance and also the true wealth. And today, let's talk more about. I felt like very few people really understand the true meaning of wealth. And a lot of people talking about like money and how much they are making and or how much they can create, all this kind of thing, and how much they are desiring to have, right? It's all legit. I would say that of course we need money, but what is the true wealth? So when I was reflecting all these years I have created and I coach my clients and taught my audience, and I summarized all this kind of 8 treasures. I just found when I first reflected, I just realized that all these 8 treasures, you do not like everyone can has it really. If you really like go deep and reveal it, everyone will find that you have these 8 treasures that do not depend on anybody, anyone. Do not depend on your background. And because so many people would say they feel like they are unlucky, including myself. For I forgot when, but it's just like sometimes before I felt like, oh, those people are luckier than me. And for example, I've been in the US for 20 years as an immigrant, right? In earlier years, I would like admire those people who were born here. I said, wow, they had all these kind of local connections. They grew up in this environment, so they had their friends. Because I miss all my friends, right? They are still like quite a lot of them are in China. Some of them are internationally in other countries like UK, France, and Germany. And so I was thinking like, most of my friends are still in China. So sometimes you will feel that kind of a gap, right? You feel like, oh, I seldom could gather with them anymore, and some of them are still in my hometown, like a small town in China. So, and we grew up, even though we had a deep connection when we were a child, right? But when after we grew up, we had a different life experience, so we do not have much to share anymore. But still, like we had that great, for example, we connect on WeChat. Whenever we're great to each other, we still had that kind of warm, beautiful memory of that kind of a childhood friends, right? Friendship. So I had all that. But I admire people here, like when they grew up here, so they had all their friends close to them. So they have friends and families and communities, right, that surround them. I feel like, wow, they are. Sometimes I feel like I was lonely here. I feel I do not have so many connections, especially in the early years as an immigrant. And even later, when I was after I launched my coaching business, right? As an entrepreneur, I also felt like, oh, I hope I had more connections and more people I know, right? So when I network or when I share my messages, there are more people could support me or can help me do a referral. And so I did not have that. So sometimes I had admiration of people who grew up here. But at the same time, I do appreciate my background from China, right? It's a humble background, but I do appreciate that all these years I grew myself from China to the US and the different learning, different experience, and that really enriched my life. So, but I did have that admiration of others. They do have more local connections. Whenever I have party, they have more people to attend at least, right? So, how about you? Do you sometimes feel like some other people are luckier than you? Or especially now on the social media, right? There's so many people, popular influencers, whatever. Those important, like something like important people, and even like teenagers now, they get a pressure. Oh, maybe some of their my daughter, someone said, oh, I'm not popular, or some other people like they are more popular. I'm not a popular kid. So the kids now have that kind of a impression and pressure, like some others are more popular than them, right? So majority people, they do not really have that kind of a deep reflection and revealing about their true treasures. So at the end of the year, right, we're almost close to the end of 2024. I think this is super important for us to really reveal these 8 treasures everyone, really everyone of you owns, but you do not know it. Many people are not clear about it. Maybe you know part of it, but I bet most of people are not like clear about the 8 treasures they really have that do not depend on their background, do not depend on any person, anything else. Isn't that great news? So can you wait to let me share with you? Okay. So the 8 treasures. And some of you, maybe you already realize that, but majority of people are still like unconscious about the treasures, I would say, because through the years I coached and also talked with so many people, and coach my clients as well. Many of them, majority of them, do not know that they have these treasures. Through for example, I have a program called Abundant Creators. We do all this deep work, help people to go deep and find all these treasures of themselves. Once they get conscious about that, once they learn the ways to really reveal it, and we do exercises and practice to really claim it. Once they own that, their life totally transformed, and their eyes is really like brightened, and their energy is lifted to the next levels. And then the really that kind of a I would say a power. When they own their power, when they own that treasures, they understand their powers, and that really empower them to unleash what they have, to do what they love to do. And so that's a great personal transformation. Today I want to share those treasures with you, so that at the end of the 2024 you could claim yours as well. And when you I can guarantee that when you claim all this, you will feel that you are the richest person. Even though maybe you say, "Oh, I do not have that money, that much money. I'm not a millionaire. I've not made all this money I want yet." But after you read all this, you will feel that you will feel so grateful. I promise you, you will feel so grateful, and feel like you are luckier than those millionaires, and you would feel happy for that, and that will be the best reason for you to celebrate for 2024. Okay. I know many of you are afraid of going to the end of the year, because when you reflect, you will feel like, oh, I missed this goals and missed that. I have not accomplished what I want yet. How many of you have that kind of like missing out, right? You feel like, oh, this year the time really flees, and I did not accomplish what I really want. I set up all this kind of a big vision or goals at the beginning of the year, but I missed some of them, right? Oh, my dream's still far away. And you will feel like loser. You will feel like a failure. How many of you are already feel that kind of a holiday panic already? Raise your hand. And now I feel like I'm super happy that I'm also blessed, so I could bring this message to you today. Okay, are you ready? Let's go. Okay, I would encourage you that find a notebook to write down, because today I would invite you to do this and reveal your treasures. Just think about like Alibaba, and to reveal that treasures, right? And he was super poor, and then eventually when he was blessed with all these treasures, and to see that open the door sesame, and he's like owned the whole world. Today I will bring this message to you, and I believe that you will have that experience as Alibaba, to have the open the door sesame experience. Okay, so the first treasure. Through all these years, I found that the most important thing majority of people miss. You know what? They want to explore the world, right? When we were like a child, when we were a young person, we always want to go out to the world and to explore more. And I still remember when I was a child, my childhood in among those hills, mountains, and big rivers. I was always dreaming about what's I like imagine what I almost can't imagine, right? What it was like beyond those hills, and I had a great like a curiosity and passion want to explore outside the world, right? Until now, even like a half like a decade, how to say that, half century I've already lived. I'm still curious about the world outside there, right? And even now, I'm in like I experienced like a Beijing, the capital city of China, and live the big cities in China, and now I'm here in New York, almost like a they said empire state, empire city in the world, and almost like a center of finance, center of culture, and all this can find the center of what center of all this kind of including arts, including like culture, including like diversity, all this like a different, most diversified place with all these different like, immigrants, almost like this is the center of the world. But I'm still sometimes right curious about what's out there, maybe some island, even like an isolated island, what's there, right? This beauty of nature, all this kind of thing I'm still curious about. Or some places like Greece and Egypt, all this kind of beautiful, and India with a rich history. Even China, even though I came from there, I did not get a chance before I came here. I went to the U.S. right when I was 30. How old? I was almost 30, 30, yeah, 30 years old, and I did not get a chance to explore majority part of China. I'm still curious about it. So whenever I go back to China to visit my parents, I want to bring them to travel to explore China as well. So with that curiosity of the world, right? We always want to explore what we are not familiar with. So we want to explore the world, but ended up the 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 one the one I would say the most critical thing, and that we are lack of awareness and understanding. Guess what? What is that? The most important. The most important for us, but we are lacking of understanding. It's right yourself. It's right yourself. Do you sometimes feel that? That's why like nowadays if you watch a news, right, so many news, even disasters about people are not fully understand themselves, all this kind of like nowadays like mental health issue, like struggling, stress, depressions, right, all these things. And then you can see many reports about it, and people lose their own control, lose their own understanding. And so the whole world, if we explore the outside, no matter how good you are, even like as a tourist or like a tourist agent, right? You may know the world, but you may lack the understanding of yourself. So the number one treasure actually we all can own is the knowledge and the identity about yourself, who you are. Do you fully understand who you are? And this part, no school is really teaching about us. Maybe the philosophy school, I have to say. I learned at a practical philosophy school in Manhattan, and they they did teach a lot about the philosophy and self-reflection about understanding yourself. That's a great part. Maybe that's the only exception. Some like schools, very rare schools like that will teach you about to really go deeper inside of yourself to understand yourself. You should be your number one subject to learn, to research, to understand, right, and to discover, to reveal. And so that's our number one. And for me, when I understand through all these years, right, from the philosophy study and from the reflection, from the like coaching, all this coaching journey, it's great. I would say like it's first helped me. All this learning and coaching and practice helped myself to learn about who I am, so that I could better help other people. So when many people, like especially from China, right, people are not spiritual at all, even though some people have a religions, but not really. It's like a fully spirituality, I would say. Through the years, initially I was baptized in like a family church, like underground family church in Beijing. It's a Christian church, and through all these years, I followed. I went to like a Christian churches, and I still love them. But through the years, I found my belief, my understanding about myself, right? It's quite a different from any religion, I would say. And who I am, I know that I'm a spirit. I'm super grateful that I like really like either you call God or universal intelligence. Like my God is totally different from any religious God, right? It's like maybe we just use simply God, or maybe like better just use the universal intelligence, the power beyond our human beings and beyond our like what else you can see in this world. This is unseen part, and but this like who I am, I know that I'm a spirit, a glorious spirit in the body, in the beautiful body. I have to say now, so far I'm not old, so I would still say like this is a beautiful body, right? Even when I'm getting older, I will still say this is a beautiful body because it's magical. It's like with the self-healing parts, right? All these kind of magical things, but also of course we have limitations. Our physical body has limitations, but our spirit is unlimited. That's why we have all this kind of imagination, dreams, right? We're unlimited. This like is a great combination with our body, with our mind, with our spirit, with our emotions. This is a great magical combination, is unity, right? It's like unlimited for us to learn about it. Even though the now modern day science, right? Science from different areas, different angles, like they learn about our brain science, all this kind of like psychology, to learn about your mind, and also including your emotions, and also biologies, right? Like learn about our body, even the genes, get to the genes level and quantum physics level. But still, we human beings just learned so little about this kind of magical combination and unity. So we are still like this is the biggest myth. But the more you understand yourself, understand who you are, the more you will be awed about this number one treasure that you own. Okay, this is like who you are. You are the unity of your body, of your mind, of your emotions, of your spirit. Okay, this is a greatest myth, I would say, in this whole world, and we have this. And the more you reveal, you will find that we have unlimited treasures of ourselves, from our brain, from our heart, from our spirit, from even our body, right? It's really unlimited. So I would encourage every one of you to go deeper inside of yourself to understand who you are, what is your identity. Okay, I also know that I'm a visionary, and also I'm a born leader, and this kind of a leadership kind of a mind. I know that I have a strong presence in this world. With that, the more I help and learn, and the more I know that I'm a born leader. I with that vision to, I'm a visionary as well, to lead others to pursue that greater like greatness. That's where the direction I'm going, abundance and greatness. Okay, so I know that even though I feel like I know much more than majority other people, but still come to who I am, I still feel like sometimes still, like for example, when I have challenges, when I have all these kind of limitations, I know that I just revealed a little part of who I am, and there's a lot of power I have not discovered yet. So this number one treasure is unlimited for us to reveal, to learn, to discover. Okay, so I would encourage you that to write down who you are. Write down as much as you can. Okay, this is unlimited practice, but it's always good to like practice at your current level where you learn, you explore more. You will find you can write down more. Okay, so now that's a number one treasure. Okay, you, who you are, the biggest unity. Okay, now number two. Oh, by the way, the who you are, I know that I'm also a creator. And like also in that combined creation journey with my God, with the universal intelligence. When I create my own life, right? Create whatever my life journey, and also things beyond my own life as well. So that's the most powerful and magical part of our life. Now the second one is our faith and our core values. And this part is really truly what is deeply inside of us and guide us through our life journey. This is the most important guide, I would say, including what you believe in. I know that I believe in the God, the unique God, or the unique universal intelligence that's beyond me. And even though I've not revealed all about God, right? And nobody could actually through thousands of the human's history, culture, like the civilization, I would say, the history, even the Bible, right? Almost like the oldest book to write about our people's human beings' faith, is still not complete enough to describe the universal intelligence. And also the core values is really associated with that. And when people say that God is love, right? God is the greatest love. And we have the core values about love. Everyone has that core values. And also everyone desires for more love, and also for our wisdom, right? We learn about not just philosophy, and with also like spirituality or religion, all these kinds of things people keep exploring because we want to gain more wisdom. And we know that there is unlimited wisdom and greater wisdom outside there, right, in the universe. And then we all value happiness and joy. We all value like gratitude, with that gratitude attitude, so that we can really appreciate more about life. And we also more people are pursue like what is a greatness, and different people have a different understanding about greatness, the values, right? So all these kind of great true values, like also success, right? All the people are seeking for success, and we all have different definition about success as well, but there are common values we share about those truths, right? About the true love and kindness, respect to each other, and peace, right? All those kind of basic, fundamental, great values. And that's our number two, treasure. And that is really do not depend on any person. And if we go deeper and really become more conscious, we want to explore more about this part. And by the way, all these treasures I'm sharing with you is part of the abundance we're talking about. Because when you talk about abundance, majority of people will feel like that's vague. What is abundance? Different person has different definition as well. So today I want to specifically introduce these 8 treasures, so that you have a more like a concrete idea about what abundance is about. Okay, so an abundance is unlimited, and all these 8 treasures is also unlimited as well, and all you can dig and to reel and claim. Now the number 3 about a treasure is the purpose. Many people do not know that they have a purpose. Many people, majority of people, I would say. And when your mind is become conscious to try to seek about your purpose, that's actually a great blessing to you, and it's a great treasure. Open the like a sesame, like a door. Open the door, sesame, to you. And through all the years, I did the exercise, and through with my coaches, with my mentors, and I did that. Like for example, with Dean Grusa say 7 levels deep of purpose discovery. And I further developed that and did that exercise with my coaching clients. We call that 11 levels of purpose discovery. All this kind of go deep kind of a practice helped us to discover what we are truly, what's the meaning of our life, what our core is, why we are here. That's a fundamental, most important question for us to answer, because without a purpose, why we are doing all that we're doing, right? And even though you are just working in a company or doing whatever do, if you do not have a clear purpose, you will lose the meaning and the point, and even later the joy, appreciation of what you are doing, right? So for you to really experience a deeper fulfilling kind of like a experience or deeper happiness and joy, you want to dig out what is your true purpose here, and especially your life for the long term. What's your call here? And this is like a let's say Dr. Stephen Covey, in his book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, right? He put his habits, the second, I remember the second habit is to put the end in the mind, right? It's like, so what's your end in your mind? What's your really vision and a purpose? With that, for you to do greater work. Without that end in your mind, you would not have that higher end of kind of guidance and that kind of purpose, that kind of a motivation to do things. And ended up, you will not fulfill that much as well. You will not achieve that high, and you will not fulfill enough, right? So that's the third level. And I actually through the years discovered my purpose is really be that blessing to the world. And so not just through my work, through my everyday breath and living, I became a blessing to other people and do the favor to other people and become that inspiration, that light, that fire to inspire other people. So that's my purpose. How about you? While I'm sharing this, I would like to see what is your thoughts. Please share in the comment. Let's have some interaction and conversation, right? That will be very interesting. I believe that will help you as well to read it today to discover and reveal your treasures. And now the number 4 is your passion. Many people feel like, especially in the later stage of their life, because it's like it's easier for young people to find their passion. But nowadays, I just found even the teenagers, it's very every day they are so stressed by their homework and study everything, they lose that natural passion and zest, right? We would call zest for life. And sometimes they feel like tired of this kind of like a education system. When our education system, even though traditionally we would say like China, they would say, oh, China's education system is just like for tests, for exams. But now I found that I had better life quality or like a better passion and life energy when I was in China learning than now. I observed all these teenagers learning in the American education system, the Western education system. Like when they were, I would say when they were in like for example, kindergarten, elementary school, and a little bit of their middle high school, it's all good. It's great. But the later stage, the more like there are more and more like Eastern kind of education system, and the more exams, standards, and all this kind of homeworks and like knowledge, focused, and like a SAT for the college and your GPA for your study, all this kind of measurement, right? Like a hard measurement. I know Asian parents would love that. Even though I'm one of the Asian parents, I do not appreciate that at all. It's like too much. I feel like now students they lose their joy. That's why so many suicide rates, right? So much suicide rates and so much like a mental health issue, stress. And in my daughter's art schools, there's quite some problems. Like teenagers, they are attached to, for example, alcohol or like smoking or like drugs, right? All these kind of things. Because what? Because people like they do not find the meaning or and the passion in their life anymore. What's the purpose? What's the joy of learning? It's not. It's like they are forced to be measured by all those kind of tests, scores, numbers. Everyone is measured by numbers. Now by their study score numbers. In the future by their money numbers, right? How much money they make. So this is like a tragedy from Eastern to Western world. I would say like a majority, over 90% of people, they study for what? They study for find graduate and find a better job, work in a bigger company, earn more money. Majority of people are on this kind of track. I used to be on that kind of track. That's tragedy, I would say. And I'm witnessing majority of people are still on this one. And I'm actually fighting against this kind of a education system and to see how I could find a balance between that and to help my kids, my own kids, to not become another mold, right? Another, I would say, another like a piece of a machine to be ruined. Because I witnessed that how much joy they had when they were kids, but now they are stressful and they are being forced into that kind of mode. And how I could help them to still have the vision to see the world, and how to find the passion from what they love to do, right? So it's quite difficult. I would admit that it's quite difficult unless they have the life experience of like dozens of years of life experience. They experience what is not so good for them, and then they have the courage and also wisdom and resource and support to explore different world. So now it's like two kinds of worlds are fighting together. And because the traditional way, the track, the society's established a standard track is already like so strong, the big machines keep running so strong. And I feel like that's my duty and also my responsibility to help my kids and also help so many people out there who are still struggling, like those employees, those workers, and to find these 8 treasures today we are sharing. Find these treasures, claim them, and to create a life you truly want. So that's what we are doing here, this work. I feel that's such a big responsibility, even including my kids, how to save them from the social standards that established track, but that's also at the same time mirrorable tracks, because majority of people are not enjoying it at all. Okay, so yeah, so now we are talking about the passion. How can you still have the passion, right? Keep the passion. So my passion, for example, to empower people to discover their purpose and passion and do what they love. I feel like that's like a big responsibility and also big challenge in this world, to empower more people to really truly discover what's their purpose, their passion, and to do what they love to do, to have the courage to say no to what they even feel like a slave, but they are comfortable inside of it, to be not a slave, to encourage them to break that chain, to reclaim their purpose and their passion, and to discover that, and to claim their power to create the life and the success they truly want for their family, for their own, right? This is like a big thing. For me, it's my passion. It's my life quest. And also now, the next one. Oh, by the way, I'm now exploring my passions in, for example, painting and music and dancing and different ways, and photography and in the nature and different way, because I definitely feel that while we age, even now it's just like I'm over 50 years old, right? I definitely feel that kind of a difference. Even biologically, you will feel that your passion could wane down a little bit, right? Because your hormones, biologically, your hormones getting down and reduced, and that passion, energy, everything could reduce as well, right? That's why it's easier for young people when they are in a college or even in their high school, right? Some young people may fall into love. They had that passion, but now when you get older, it's more difficult for people like older people to fall into love, right? It's just like even biologically it's against you. So that's especially why we need to always keep that kind of a consciousness to open our heart to really connect more with our passion. And on last week, I shared with that calendar painting book with poems, with paintings from one of my famous alumni, right? And he explored all this kind of passion through the years, and you can still see that now he's in his 60s, right? I think he still has that passion to keep doing the painting every day. And if you have this passion, for example, my son has the passion of biking and now doing the gym, exercising things, right, and swimming. I encourage him to do that. And my daughter has a passion of painting, and what else of his passion? And playing badminton. I feel like those are treasures, really treasures. Cherish your passion. Cherish it so much, because once you're getting older, maybe sometimes you'll find your passion will wane down, and how you can still keep that zest for life, that can exist for things you like to do, right? That needs your conscious kind of a protection and pursuit to keep it. So that's number 4, our treasure. And number 5, gifts. That's your gifts. And through the years of your experience as well, and like the skills you learned, the strengths you discovered, that's combined together. And some people may feel like, oh, I do not have any special gifts. Oh, those people who can, like, for example, Celine Dion has a gift of voice. and some other person like they have the gift of performance, and another person has the gift of like maybe handcrafting, right? So or like painting, or different person has some different gifts, but some of our gifts maybe not so obvious. We're not like so outstanding of above like millions of people, right? So sometimes we ignore our gifts. So when I reveal, for example, my voice is not as good to become a singer, and my performance is not as good to become an actor, and my, let's say, my painting is not as good to become maybe a painter, right? Like my daughter said, oh, my painting is not so good, and I'm not so passionate into painting, even though she still loves doing the arts projects, right? But she would say that in the future she would prefer to do marketing, or even like to explore in the health area than to become an artist, right? So that's totally fine. But you want to explore through all these years also, like what kind of a gift you are. Like while I'm doing coaching, I realized that I'm I, I know that I'm a great coach because I have that kind of a outstanding intuition, and also I'm a visionary. I'm really like an outstanding visionary, but previously I did not know till I have been practicing like a coaching for years. I realized that I had a greater vision than majority other people. When I coach my clients, I can always, when like within half an hour, when I describe their life journey, whatever, right, their desire, or just their experience, I would have that kind of vision very vividly inside my mind. Even like really, I have the vision eyes inside of my mind to see another person's life journey and their what they will call to become, what's their future, what's their like a greater future they could become, right? I see that kind of a vision. That's my outstanding gift, but it's just like it's not saying, it's inside of it, right? So majority of people could not see that, so it's not like immediately revealed to other people. And so this kind of a gift, and also my leadership gifts, I realized this since my early, when I was like in my career, when I was still working in corporate, but during that time was not very like outstanding yet till I really become a like a entrepreneur. I created so many things and had created so many, like take so many initiations. I realized that I am such a great leader with a great vision, and all this kind of gifts is revealed through our life journey, right? Then you need that kind of experience to reveal it. So never say that you're not good at anything. Many people I know that they will say, oh, when I ask them what is your gift, what is your strength, right? They are not quite clear about it. But you need, the more you learn, actually, the more you learn, the more you will reveal. Just like the coaching, initially I did not know that I'm so good at it. So when I even in NYU to learn a coaching certificate, and other peers, because they don't like my English was not so good, they did not even want to practice like a co-coaching with me. That's quite embarrassed to me, right? So during that time I had a big doubt of myself. Can I really become a coach? My English is so bad, and I could not really like even smoothly talk with other person about like what's their true thoughts, right? So I, even today my English is still limited. Sometimes my kids are still laughing at my grammars. I know I make so many grammar mistakes, but that's not meaning I'm not a good coach, right? And when I do coaching, my most of my clients are actually native English speakers, and they got it. They got that abundance meaning. They got my coaching, and they thought I'm a great coach. And some of my clients, they even said that I'm a female version of Tony Robbins. Well, that's a quite like an honor and a humble a praise. So through all these years, I found that my gifts, my intuition, my visionary, and my leadership, and also my mentoring to other people, right? And also from here, when you become an entrepreneur, all these kind of gifts, strengths, and including your passion, your purpose, right, will help you to clarify your niche and also build up your brand. So through the years, I built my brand as Abundance Thought Leadership Coach. And my niche is to empower visionary entrepreneurs and life changers, and to step up for the call and stand out as confident experts and leaders to impact more lives. So that's this number 5. I would say this is truly discover your gifts and your strength, and eventually develop that into your unique niche and your brand. This is truly your treasure. And I wish anyone, right, even though you may not become an entrepreneur, and really claim that gift and to further learn and develop. and to cultivate your gift. And especially when you become an entrepreneur and business owner, this will really do your advantage when you understand better about your gifts. This will help you to do what you love to do and become a better influencer and impactor in this world. Okay, so now number 6, your treasure is your mission. What is your mission? Once you understand better about your purpose, about your gifts, about your passion, and now what you love to do will become your mission. And for me, for example, my mission is to decode the secrets from passion to profit, to help more people to really do what they want to do and to do what they love to do and own their abundance. So the more I do, I feel like this become my mission. And this is quite a unique mission for me when I empower other people to claim abundance, right? To really own that kind of a weapon to turn their passion into the profit. That's the vehicle. That's the mission way for them also to own their abundance. So basically, I am carrying my mission to help other people turn their passion into their profit and to live their abundance so that they could empower other people to live their abundant life as well. So that's my mission. How about yours? Today is totally you will find this is the greatest exercise you can do to find all these 8 treasures. Now we get to number 7. That's your vision. Vision is so great. It's including your dream, including your your imagination. This is where we get to this kind of a magical zone, really magical. Help you to go beyond the reality, beyond the limitations. Because if you only look at what you have now, only look at the reality around you, you will be limited. But with a great imagination and a dream and a vision, that will help you to fulfill things first in your mind, right? This is is also the part of our magical power, being a creator. Because this part is you create first in your mind, then you can create in your reality, right? Even a think and grow rich, all this kind of a modern days kind of a coaching, and including the law of attraction. This is all first you need to manifest. You need a vision and manifest in your mind before you manifest it in your reality, right? So this part is for me, my vision is to inspire and empower millions of people, and I also empower them to live, to create, and live their abundant life, and through what they love to do, right? So that's empower them to become entrepreneurs, become leaders, so that they can create abundance in their own life, in their loved ones' lives, and also in their clients' lives, and in their communities. And also that my part in my vision is to really build, to develop abundant universities and also abundance center. That is in my vision through the recent years and become more and more clear. That's what I want to fulfill, and that's my unique goal and a unique vision to fulfill in this world. So whenever I get the time, I would put a little bit sometimes it's still vague, right? But sometimes I put some details into and how I feel, what I'm doing there, some piece by piece. This is really a wonderful creation journey, creation process. It's like a painting, right? Today you add one pieces for this painting. For example, today I paint this heart. Maybe tomorrow I want to paint a little bird. I'm actually practice this bird, this a little swallow bird, a black bird with a scissors kind of a tails. And every day you add little pieces to that kind of a vision. You are creating in your mind, in your imagination, this kind of piece. So at my abundance university, I'm creating that pieces. What will be those majors, major areas we would teach to create abundant entrepreneurs and leaders. So that university is totally different from traditional education. So that's my vision, how to really create more great entrepreneurs and leaders in this world. That's what our world truly needs, not just more people who know knowledge and skills and go to work as workers, but more entrepreneurs and leaders and creators. That's my university and also the center would empower people. And also the centers will really empower those communities based on people's passions, because based on their visions, those based on their interests, right? Gather together to help each other, to inspire each other, to empower each other, to uplift each other. That kind of community. And just like now we're inside of our Facebook group, we're going live in our abundant entrepreneurs. That's our community. And in the future, my abundant centers will even have more in-person types of interactions, and also both online and offline. Not just like now I know AI, more and AI is right, like empowering like a visual world, but we also need more in-person genuine connections and that kind of bonding and also activities to keep our society still like really empowering and also interesting, right? Instead of just like everything go visual arts or like this sort of visual reality or VR or like a virtual AI, right? We do not just want to live in that kind of world. We have our physical human bodies. We still want our like physical kind of sensors and also like physical connections and in this world. That's, I know majority of people are missing that, right? Do you missing that part of like a genuine kind of connections, in-person connections, right? That's why we're also hosting this like a year-end mastermind holiday party in a restaurant, so we can meet people in person and to still have that kind of a human experience. And now, that's the number 7 treasure. Okay, super important. Now, the number 8 is our mindset and our energy. From our like mindset, I know that from our mind, the energy is from our body to our mind, to our spirit, and to our practice. And so many people, like when we talk about mindset, they may only think about, okay, we need to have a positive mindset. But here we are also talking about abundance mindset. And to clarify your 8 treasures, to own that abundance mindset and to have a greater appreciation and not just a positive. Okay, like say for example, when we do meditation, when we do people call like most people would call affirmation, that kind of a positive talking to yourself. But we go to another level. In Tony Robbins' words, he called like incantation. And people ask him, what is incantation? Incantation is actually your affirmation plus your highest energy and passion with it. Like power your, like really power your pour, I would say, pour your energy, your emotion, all your emotion into it. And also use your voice to loudly claim to the world. So affirmation, you maybe just like silently say that inside of your heart, right? But incantation is really speak out and yell out and cry out and to announce to the world, okay, claim to the world that level of energy. So for the physical energy, we also like take care of our health, take care of our body and what we feed, what we like take care of our, for example, exercise and our sleep and our nutrition, right? And also like a mental health, and our psychology and our emotional, let's say EQ, our emotional quotient and also our emotional health as well, right? All this kind of how to guard our mind, guard our emotions, and to align ourselves to more greatness things instead of negative things, right? And how to guard our mind. For example, now social media every day has so many things. I'm glad the majority part are quite positive, but sometimes too much stimulations and different angles, sometimes they're misleading our values, right? And especially I know on TikTok there are quite some like different kind of things, right? And now AI, they're like introducing some more like risky things. It could, like I know some games, right? For example, some video games, they can AI games. They encourage young teenagers to either like a kill or like a suicide. That's totally like a disaster, right? So that's why every day when we expose ourselves to the world, there are so many different, like a majority part, I would say, quite some negative things. For example, all this news, the news, right? I've not watched the news for quite a while, but sometimes the critical ones I still watch. But I know that quite some news are quite like negative things, and I watch from, for example, from China to US to world, and different different people from their own background, their own standard point, to have a different, total different kind of a standards, right? And also think about all these wars still occurring in this world, all these wars, all this fighting and conflicts, right? And that means the majority parts still have activity we have to handle every day. So that's why it's super important for us how we can pay attention to our, from our body to our mind to our spirit to our emotions, to guard ourselves, to really align to more greatness things, glorious things, gracious things, and peace, and the beautiful values, right? And to keep ourselves not just the positive but abundant, to have that appreciation for what we have every day. Because, for example, every day you hear about this person make $1 million and that person, oh, make that much money. Money topic is the most popular topic. I have to say, yeah, it's important, but it's not everything. But now I see that trend, and people more and more get into that kind of trap, just to use just numbers, like we said in a school, use scores to measure students, and in a society they use money to measure our either like workers or entrepreneurs to measure success. So that's quite like a biased. I would say biased and also quite negative, and you will feel a lot of pressure there, and you will feel like it's distracting you into those like limited measurements, and instead for you to expose to more comprehensive and more holistic and more beautiful and also greater and abundant kind of a world, right? So that's why today we're talking about these 8 treasures. I hope you already learned a lot and get inspired a lot to explore more about your 8 treasures of your abundance, because these are, do you agree with that? They are not depending on your background. They are either you have a rich dad or not, or you come from like how to say a better background, or like a more successful family, right? It totally do not depend on that. Or if you are smart enough and to have high scores and go to famous Ivy universities and go to like big companies and big money, or like whatever, all this kind of like measurements by the society, right? You do not need necessarily fit yourself into those traps, those, I would say, pits, right? And how you can truly reveal deep into your treasures, your abundance. I would say this is like your abundance. If you imagine yourself, I'm a visual person and imaginary person, right? If you vision yourself now, you are in the heart of let's say abundance circle. That abundance is unlimited. It's just like the universe. Think about the abundance is the universe. You are the core. You are your core of your abundance, and the whole universe have that energy. And inside of you, you have these 8 treasures to align with the universe, from your identity, who you are, to your purpose, your faith, right? Your purpose, your passion, and your vision, your mission, your gifts, and your let's say your last part is about your energy and your from your mission as well, right? So all these things, it's you inside of yourself, your treasure gifts aligned with your abundance world. Only that can help you to reach your abundance, that kind of a wisdom, that kind of energy, that kind of blessings around you, right? So today I would encourage every one of you, write down yours, whichever one you feel like happy about the discovery. Feel free to share under our video. If you have any challenge as well, don't worry, because majority of people have these challenges. Because I use this past, my past, not just my coaching entrepreneurship experience, right? Also, my previous, my learning, my working experience, and like 13 years, right, working experience, and with international big companies, including Fortune 100 company, and then the 15 years of coaching and mentoring experience. All this combined together for me to discover all those 8 treasures. And you need a journey to, and with, of course, with a great coach and a mentor, that will shorten your journey to really reveal your best treasures. So if you have any challenges, feel free to comment under video as well, and we will support you to help you to find out, to really dig out your best treasures, so that you could claim them. You could own your power and own your gifts and own your treasures to claim your abundant self and your abundant world. Okay, and by the way, the first invitation for you is that this Thursday we have the mastermind class. By the way, this is the last one of this year, the master class. This Thursday at 1 p.m. we have the helping you to create and launch your profitable and impactful online coaching or consulting business within 90 days to stand out as confident expert and thought leader in your field to impact more lives. So make sure that you check our post and find that link and register. We will see you live, and then we will celebrate the holidays. We, my family will travel. We will go to New Orleans and have our Christmas vacation. So I will look forward to seeing you live inside of our masterclass. Okay, and I will look forward to seeing your claims of your 8 treasures of your abundance. All right, we will see you soon. Thank you. Have a wonderful Monday and the rest of your week. See you soon. Bye bye.